What's up, Bama Nation? This is the hottest show in the streets right here. In my own word, George truly, Stephen Smith of TDA here on a Friday TGIF edition of the show, coming to you from the home location, the game tomorrow. Bama-LSU, Tiger Stadium, Baton Rouge, Louisiana, Death Valley. Here's the question of the night. Now, an ESPN reporter, sideline reporter for the ESPN family of networks, Holly Rowe, was on the campus of the University of Alabama all week. So Holly Rowe was getting interviews from so many players, coaches, people around the program. And the vibe that she picked up from junior linebacker Jihad Campbell was, we are coming with violent intentions. We are bringing violent intentions to Baton Rouge to face LSU. That's what Jihad Campbell told Holly Rowe of ESPN. We're coming to Death Valley with violent intentions in playing LSU. So here's the question. Will Bama actually bring violent intentions in Saturday's matchup? That's the question. We're hearing this from Jihad Campbell. Look, we're coming in here to bring violent intentions. We're coming in here to inflict pain. We're coming in here to bring the boom. We're coming in here to shut LSU down, take their fans completely out of the ball game, and look at Mike the Tiger as if he has no value. That's what Alabama's talking about. That's the intensity that Jihad Campbell spoke of to Holly Rowe. Holly Rowe also talked about, being around the team, she's sensing urgency, business trip. Season depends on it. No fooling around. We're about this business. We ain't coming down to the bayou to have fun. We're coming down to Death Valley to take care of what we're supposed to do and getting into this college football playoff. And this is fun to hear about it, and this is fun to discuss it, but does Alabama do it? Does it bring violent intentions? Does Alabama do it? Do the words become real, right? Because this is something that you as Alabama fans have been discussing for a while. We're tired of the gonna do speeches, right? What Alabama's gonna do. What Alabama, how are they gonna perform on the field? We're tired of the gonna do speeches. Do we see this team actually go out here in a marquee game on the road, hostile environment, college football playoff on the line, so much on the line, and get that win, having those violent intentions? Will that happen? I mean, it's going to be so much fun tomorrow to watch this team. Does it bring that kind of mentality into Death Valley on tomorrow that Jihad Campbell spoke on with Holly Rowe of ESPN? And what's crazy is, Holly Rowe also talked about, the Bama Nation, just be patient with Kalen DeBoer, be patient with Coach DeBoer. I covered him 6 games at Washington last season. The way he treats his players, the way he values his players. Bama Nation, if y'all be patient with him and give him the time and the space he needs to do what he needs to do, you're going to be very, very happy with the results that he's going to bring to you as the Alabama head football coach. And while I do agree with Holly Rowe, we've seen some ups, we've seen some downs with Coach DeBoer, we've seen the roller coaster of a transition he's been on. But despite everything, Bama 6-2. Despite everything, Bama debuted at number 11 in the college football playoff rankings reveal Tuesday of this week. We saw that Bama in the 12-team dance as of right now for the playoff. Bama, all it has to do is win out, and it's in the playoff, right? So while I agree with Holly Rowe's statement, have the patience with Coach DeBoer, give him the time, space, everything. But the important thing here is, do you come out there, Alabama, with violent intentions? Jihad Campbell mentioned it to ESPN's Holly Rowe. We're coming out here, violent intentions. We're coming out here, urgency. We're coming out here, hungry. We're coming out here, business trip. We're coming out here, not fooling around, right? So we'll see. Well, it's going to be interesting. We will see. We shall see. I mean, you even got, Garrett Nussmeier of LSU and Brian Kelly, head coach and quarterback. Remember, Garrett Nussmeier, son of former Alabama offensive coordinator Doug Nussmeier. Garrett saw the 2012 Bama team beat Notre Dame, formerly coached by Brian Kelly, in the 2013 BCS National Championship game. And Garrett Nussmeier, with his dad, held up the crystal ball, the elegant crystal ball championship trophy. And Garrett brought that up to Brian Kelly this week. And Brian Kelly basically told his quarterback to shut up. Don't bring that up anymore. Don't bring that up anymore. Don't bring it up until we win one together here at LSU. So you got Garrett Nussmeier and Brian Kelly. Kelly telling Nussmeier, can your Alabama football memories? We don't got time for that, because we got a game this weekend. And then you have Jihad Campbell saying, Bama, we're about violent intentions. Bama, we're trying to go out here and take the scare right out of Death Valley. Bama, we're trying to go out here and punch our ticket in terms of this college football playoff. So, folks, I'm excited. I'm pumped for tomorrow. Game, 6:30 p.m. Central Time on ABC. The storm stays in the Gulf. It's not coming at Louisiana. So we're expected to have very, very good weather over the weekend, which makes it all the more exciting to watch this game, see it unfold, and see what this Alabama team does to open up the second half of the season. But we're going to go to a couple of your comments here in the comment line. You guys have been going off so far. We got my man D1 _ Hollywood with the Roll Tide. Roll Tide to you, my guy right there. Ryan Gunn is in the building. Steven, my friend, Roll Tide. Roll Tide to you, Ryan. Happy to have you in here. We got Jay Walker in the building. Roll Tide 24 hours. Let's go time. Let's go. Time to lock in. Yes. 24 hours to kick off. Bama, LSU, the game, Tiger Stadium in Baton Rouge. It's time to get down to business. Right there. Excited for tomorrow. Coach Juan, Roll Tide, bro. Roll Tide to you, Coach Juan. Happy to have you in here. We got Bama Brat 76 with the Roll Tide. Bama Brat, happy to have you in here. Ryan Gunn writes back in. Roll Tide to the entire Bama Nation. Roll Tide, Roll Tide, roll. How about Ryan Gunn? Give us some love there. We got Christian Hughes. Roll Tide, Stephen M. Appreciate you, Christian, being on the show. Ryan Gunn writes back, Mike is a house cat. Talking about Mike the Tiger. Mike is a house cat there, but he will be on full display in terms of LSU. Roll Tide and rise up, Roll Tide family. Appreciate Roll Tide and rise up being a part of the show. Another Roll Tide there from Ryan Gunn. Appreciate him. Mike G. Yes, Bama will be ready. So Mike G, he is all in on Jihad Campbell's words of Alabama bringing bad intentions to Baton Rouge. Mike G score, guess, is 30-0. Bama, done. He's got Bama 30, LSU nothing. All right, Mike G. Mike G's got the Bama defense pitching its third shutout of the season and second one against a Southeastern Conference opponent. See Bama. What's up, see Bama? No celebration. Just put on the suit and go to work. Don't let the music overhype the game. Don't let the music overhype. Let the game do the talking. Smash Mouth, Roll Tide. So there's your motivation there from C Bama. There we go. We got Ducati. We got Ducati 1098. Ducati 1098 writes in. Hot, bootin', cold, Cousins. Come on, Tigers. Push, push, push. Hey, we got Ducati in here, got the Tigers. So he's pumping the Tigers right there. We got Jarvis S. So much fun. This matchup. Bama, LSU. Gonna be a good one. Ryan Gunn, we ready for the do? The yada, 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 we heard enough of. Right. Time for the do. Time for the let's put it on the field. Time for the let's be impactful in the action. Here we go. Bama and LSU, the game this weekend. We got Scott Russell. Great. Just give them bulletin board material. Why talk? Why talk? Just go out and show up. When you talk too much, you end up being too cocky. There's Scott Russell right there. Hey, Scott's got a point there, but we will see if Alabama backs the talk up there. Faram writes in, we got all the talent to go all the way. Why are we waiting? We got all the talent to do it. This team's got all the talent to do it. They'll go out there. Let's kick this thing off tomorrow night in Baton Rouge, in Tiger Stadium, between Bama and LSU. Southern Red is in here. Appreciate you, Southern Red, being a part of the show. Scott Russell, that is why Saban would not let the players talk. Saban would not let the players talk until the postseason. He would let them talk after football games are over, but definitely during the postseason. But Scott, we're in a whole new era, man. Kicking the board, allowing the players to say what they want to say. So there we are. We got my man Randy from Dogs Cast, Georgia Bulldogs football. Good evening, Steven. Happy to have you in here, Randy. My guy Randy, always checking in. Appreciate him. From writes in, that's what the fans think. Hey, from, hey man, Skyline Crew, we in here tomorrow night. Alabama, LSU. I'm pumped. I'm ready for this right here. Neil writes in, I'm hopeful, but this team hasn't instilled much confidence. Neil, here's a moment for Bama Nation, for this football team to make you a believer, Neil. Here's the moment, Ryan. A lot of you look at this team and go, make me believe you. Make me believe you. You have all the talent in the world. You have all the potential in the world. You have the playmakers to get this done, but make me believe you. Force me to believe that this Alabama football program can get can get on a run to win a championship. That's the mindset for some of you as the Alabama football fan base. And on tomorrow, this team has a shot to show that. Let's go, Ryan Gunn. We have to be laser focused each and every play. The focus has got to be there. Can't have the penalties. Can't have the self-inflicted mistakes. If you're trying to have violent intentions against LSU, your execution's got to be on point. Your attention to details got to be on point. Your focus has to be on point. Everything has to fall in line if we're talking having violent intentions against LSU. Tim Glover writes in, hit the like button for support. Smash the like button, folks. Hit that thumbs up. Smash the like button. The daily super chat go $100. Daily super chat go $100 right there. I appreciate that coming from all of you. Hit that subscribe button as well to the channel. You make this your show, your spot, your avenue for all things Tide football. Jarvis S. Roll Tide and rise up. Roll Tide to you, sir. Jarvis S. Giving the Roll Tide and rise up some love there. Tim Glover, It definitely can be possible. Alabama taking care of LSU. Crimson CB tied with that RTR. Appreciate that. Bama writes in, run the ball. Everybody giving that message to Nick Sheridan this week. Lean on these backs. Lean on the offensive line. I wouldn't necessarily run Jang and Milroe a whole lot. I mean, if you got 10 to 12 design runs for him, sure, but I wouldn't just use him a whole awful lot in this football game here. Let's go. From writes in, can't play from behind. Can't play too tight or lax. You can't play from behind, right? You got to come out fast, but you cannot play too tight and you cannot play too loose. There's got to be a focus. There's got to be a good, clean focus in this matchup against the Tigers. But I appreciate you guys getting your thoughts in here. To start the show, we got Southern Red because the Tide is rolling. Appreciate Southern Red being a part of the show. My man Bill from New York dropping that $6 donation. I mean, $5 donation. Helping us out right there. Bill writes in, Steven, who would have a better fake Southern accent, Coach Kelly or me? Roll Tide, everybody. You know what, Bill? I think you will have a much better Southern accent than Brian Kelly. I think you would have the much better accent. I mean, Brian Kelly's just putting on. That guy's just putting on. But I think you, Bill, would have the better one. I think you would have the better one, Bill. Monica Hubbard writes in, Roll Tide, y'all. Roll Tide to you, Monica. Happy to have you in here. Christian Hughes, giving that love to From Skyline Crew representative. We got the whole Skyline Crew in here, y'all. Got everybody in here. Everybody in here. We got Matt Steele TV. Roll Tide, Bama Nation. Roll Tide to you, Matt. Happy to have you a part of the show. Bama fan. Give us that RTR. Appreciate that. From Skyline, Captain Stephen M. Hey, From, we in here. From Christian, Skyline Crew. We're all in here making ourselves known. Latoya Billingsley with a Roll Tide, y'all. So she's got Bama shutting out LSU or holding them under 20 points. So that's Latoya. Latoya's got Bama either shutting out LSU, Bama shut down LSU, which that'll be awesome. Once again, that'll give Bama its third shutout of the season and its second against the SEC team. Or Latoya's got Bama holding LSU under 20 points. So that's going to be really, really good right there. We continue with your thoughts. Appreciate you guys riding in. My guy, GT18. Roll Tide, Stephen. Roll Tide, Bama family. Going to tame some Tigers. Big week for Bama. Big week for King on the board. Go down to the road, to the bayou. Tame the Tigers here in a huge matchup. Let's see here. We got Southern Red. Stephen, what's the vibe been like at practice this week? The guys have been focused, Southern Red. The guys have been this team knows the importance of this game. I think once these guys saw Alabama debut at number 11 in the college football playoff ranking reveal, this team was like, okay, we're right there. Every postseason dream, goal, aspiration, it's right there. We're not dead. We're not out of it. Yes, we lost to Vanderbilt earlier in the season, and it sucked, but we're not out of it. Yes, we lost to Tennessee on the road, and it was awful, but we're not out of it. All we got to do is win out the remainder of the regular season schedule, starting with LSU, and Bama's in the playoffs. So the vibe in practice, it's been a keen focus. It's been a sharp focus. The guys haven't been too loose. They haven't been too tight. It's just been a very keen focus all week by not just the players, but also the coaching staff, because they understand there's an awesome opportunity for Bama to punch itself in the playoff, but also rip it away from LSU. So that's been the focus this week, Southern Red. Run the Table Sports TV. Big Steve, he's got Bama 38, LSU 17. Bama balls out. So Run the Table Sports has got Bama 38, LSU 17. Christian Hughes, Bama's got to have that joyless murder ball mentality tomorrow when it comes down to the running game. It's got to run the football. Got to lean on that offensive line, lean on your blocking tight ends, Robbie Oot, CJ Dupree, lean on that offensive line. And as I mentioned, if you want to have a few design quarterback runs for Jalen Milroe, hey, that's fine. Now, don't try to run him 25, 30 times. But if you got 10, 12 quarterback draws in there, RPO type things in there, okay, that's fine. But lean on your offensive line, lean on your running backs, and you got some tight ends that are very physical blockers that love games like this. Lean on those tight ends to block as well. But appreciate Christian Hughes with his thought there on the show. We go back to Run the Table Sports TV. Our boys are hungry, bro. Licking their chops right now, Steve. They are. The whole week in practice, there's been a focus. The whole week in practice, there's been a keen attention to the details. The whole week of practice, it's been, we know where we are. We got to go out here and finish it out. Second half of the season, got to finish it out here. GT18, it's an automatic like for me every time I get in here. Been subscribed since last October. It's no brainer. It's Bama family, RTRA. GT, appreciate you, man, subscribing to the channel, liking the show, and being a part of the family where we can all have a conversation talking Bama, right? Because it's your passion as the fans that drive this. My main job is to set the ball on the tee for the conversation. Y'all knock it out of the park. I just coach you guys. I just put the ball on the tee and allow y'all to have at it. So this is exciting for me, having a chance to engage with all of you here on the show. Roll Tide and Rise Up, shouting out Bill from New York. Hey, Bill's the man. Appreciate you, Roll Tide and Rise Up, showing love there. Run the Table Sports TV. Milroe plus Justice plus Jam plus K-Law plus Hollywood. They all equal offensive players of the game. So Run the Table Sports has got his offensive players of this matchup. Milroe, Justice, Jam, K-Law, Hollywood. I'll throw another one. Jeremy Bernard. Jerm got to get in there, bro. You got to throw Jerm in there. Jerm. And I'll also throw another one. Parker Brailsford at center. The communication from him, getting this offensive line set to go in that environment tomorrow. Parker's communication at the front of an offensive line is going to be critical. Going to be critical. Defensively here, Run the Table Sports has got Russo plus Bray plus Malachi plus Campbell plus James Smith. Defensive players of the game, Roll Tide Row. I can't disagree with that. I like Quay in there. I like Bray Hubbard in there. I like Malachi in there. I like Campbell in there. And I like James Smith in there. So I cannot disagree with that. Run the Table Sports TV. Fromm pulls up. Fromm is pulling up the Death Valley in my space shuttle, bumping Tupac's Hail Mary, Run Quick C. Hey, Fromm coming in and going hard. Fromm gonna pull up going hard. Hey, Fromm. Hey, Fromm. You got a spot in the space shuttle for me, man? I mean, since you coming in there bumping Tupac, I mean, hey, Fromm, you got a spot there in the space shuttle? Hey, you got a spot there in the space shuttle, Fromm? Hey, I'll tag along with you. My man, Big Bill. Bill from New York writes in. Here it goes. He's got Bama 30, LSU 10. That's my man Bill from New York. He's got Bama 30, LSU 10. We got Karen Hale writes in. Roll Tide, get it done, Bama. You have to. And you have to in terms of getting yourself into the college football playoff. Got to get this done and get yourself into the college football playoff. Appreciate all of you guys getting your thoughts in, getting your thoughts prepared to be being a part of the show. We're going to take our first quick break here, folks. When we get back, we'll jump back to the comment section. We'll get back into your thoughts. We'll get back to you guys, the Bama Nation. But right now, we're going to get a word from our guys here at Alumni. We're going to get a word from our guys here at Alumni Hall. We'll be right back. Hold on. Trying to see here. I thought we had the commercial there, but hold on. Hold on, folks. Hold on. We got it. We'll be right back. We're gonna get our word from Alumni. We're out here at Alumni Hall in Tuscaloosa. Oh yeah, oh, man. Gotta get this. Gotta get one of these right here. Can't rock that Bama without this shirt right here, fresh polo. You gotta also rock the all pink, like Kanye West right there. Keychains, gotta get you some keychains. University of Alabama keychains. I'm telling you, if you are a die-hard Alabama fan and you're looking for some big-time apparel, this place has got everything. We're talking shirts, shoes, sweatshirts, hoodies, cups, mugs, keychains. If you're just a Tide fan that has an itch to get more apparel, get more swag in your game, you come right here at Alumni Hall in Tuscaloosa, right here in Midtown Village. And also you can shop online. The link is in the description to get your gear right here at Alumni Hall. Now, Bama Nation, have y'all ever was trying to find something on your computer and you were talking about it and you just couldn't find it until the very last minute? That's what happened to me there. So trying to find the commercial for Alumni Hall there, had to really had to go back into the archives to find that a little bit here on the screen, but appreciate you guys bearing with me as I did find it. And I was able to play it for all of you. And appreciate our guys at Alumni Hall having all of the gear, Midtown Village in Tuscaloosa. Appreciate those guys right there. But we're back in here to the action from the break. Hottest show on the streets, talking your Bama football news. In my own words, yours truly, Stephen Smith of TDA. Continue smashing the like button, hitting that subscribe button, that daily super chat go $100, daily super chat go $100 right there. We appreciate that from all of you. But we're going to slide back into the comment section, taking your comments right here on the show. And we got Bama writing in, blitz on 3rd and long. So he wants that Bama defense coming after Garrett Nussmeier all game long right there. Coach Juan, if this team wakes up, they can go on a run. I mentioned this. If this team can get hot and play to the level we all know they are capable of playing to, this Bama team can go on a run, get to the college football playoff, and put itself in position for a national title. Absolutely. Dennis Wilson, Steven, what's up, bro? What's up, Dennis? Happy to have you on the show. Dennis also said, I told y'all Bama's dynasty was over. Haha. Hey, there's Dennis there being a part here of the show. Here we go. Noah Bryant writes in, all of this Bama thumbing is nothing more than ignorant wishful thinking. Welcome to Death Valley, where all of your playoff hopes will come to die. So we got an LSU guy in here. Noah Bryant saying, welcome to Death Valley, where all of your playoff hopes will come to die. We take on all fans right here. Smitty J writes in, LS, woo, go hard or get 8. Hey, buddy. Smitty J is in here pumping that Bama. Appreciate him. GT18 showing some love to From right here on the show. Tolbert saying, OG, hope they bring violent intention, Steven. Roll Tide, what's up, Bama Nation? Tolbert, I hope they do also. Hearing Jihad Campbell say this, it's cool. but action needs to follow it, right? If you're saying we're bringing violent intentions to Baton Rouge, but I want to see some hits, I want to see some technical TKO tackles, I want to see some interceptions, I want to see some interceptions returned for touchdowns, I want to see some forced fumbles, I want to see some stuff. If we're talking about we're bringing violent intentions to Baton Rouge, I want to see some stuff. I'm just saying. That's just me. Here we go. Southern Red writes in, James Burnip needs to have a great game too. He's been awesome so far. Southern Red, I agree. Burnip's got to flip the field. And he's been great all season, putting the opposition in unfavorable field position and helping out the defense. So you got to have James Burnip footing that ball, 50-plus yards, 60-plus yards. Having him drop the ball inside LSU's 15-yard line quite a few times, quite the number of times. Want to see that from James Burnip. Let's see here. We're going to go with Smitty J. Smitty J writes in, my boy is Gary with the T. What up, my boy is Gary with the T. What up, man? Hey, Smitty J in here. Smitty J, appreciate you, Smitty. Happy to have you a part of the show. We got Sweet Home Bama 24. Get them keychains. Got to get them. Get your hands there on those keychains, courtesy of Alumni Hall, right there, Midtown Village in Tuscaloosa. Get your hands on those keychains. Appreciate all of you being a part here of the show. We got CJ 18. Steven, after we win, TT. After we, I'm trying to see here. So what are you saying there, CJ? Drop in the chat. What were you trying to say there? Not quite understanding that comment there, but Ryan Gunn writes in, all you haters, lurkers, and wannabes are laughable. The Bama hate here. The Bama hate's lovely. You can't beat us, but you want to beat us. Bama lives rent-free in your minds. Roll Tide. Hey, Ryan Gunn, give it to you. Here's an opportunity. Saturday night for the Alabama football program to get a marquee win. Here's an opportunity. Saturday night for the Alabama program to shut up all naysayers. Here's a chance Saturday night for King of the Boar to hit his own link on everybody. Looking forward to seeing what DeBoer does Saturday night. Here we go. Roger Wellborn writes in. What's up, Steven? How you doing there, Roger? Doing good, man. Happy to have you in the show, Roger. Smitty J. Let's turn Death Valley into Death Valley like we always do. Easy money. Smitty J is in here getting turned up. Pumped up to see that right there from Smitty J. Henry Hubbard with that $5 donation. Appreciate Henry dropping the love in on the show. Roger Wellborn comes in. We have got to beat LSU. That's the mindset tomorrow. That's the mentality. Got to go in the Death Valley. Handle your business. Stand down on your business. Stand firm on your business. And take care of LSU. GT18. Mike the Tiger be purring like a little kitty. Hey, GT, let's do this, man. Let's do this. Go down there. Put Mike the Tiger down. Put Mike the Tiger down. Let's do this. Bama on a mission here tomorrow. Bama on pure mission. Henry Hubbard writes in, defense has got to do its job. Getting to Garrett Nussmeier. That's Quay Rusall, Q-Rob, James Smith, Tim Keenan, Jihad Campbell. Throw the whole kitchen sink out there. Hey, if the water boy can sack Garrett Nussmeier, put the water boy out there. I don't know if the water boy going to sack him, but hey, if the water boy get a shot in there. We got my man, y'all Warrior, Roll Tide family. Game time. No more words to say. Time to show out. Time to show up and show out. Let's get it, Tide Nation. Here we go. Let's get it, Tide Nation, on tomorrow facing LSU in Baton Rouge. I mean, This game brings so much intensity in college football, right? For the betterment of 17 years, I've said this before, this was known as the game for Nick Saban. 17 years. I mean, playing Georgia was good, was huge for him. Playing Tennessee and Auburn, those matchups meant something. But when LSU came on the schedule for Alabama in the Saban era, it just did something different to Coach Saban. Why? Because he understood the importance of not just the respect between both teams, and the talent between both teams, but just the intensity of both teams. Now, of course, Chapman, I was not picking it. I was rubbing the side of my nose there. The side of my nose was itchy there. So was not picking, but just rubbing the side there of my nose was a little bit itchy there. But I'm good now, Chapman family. Appreciate you showing your concern for me at this juncture, but appreciate that. From writes in, let me get you here from. Let me get you here from. Man, I had from in here. Man, I'm gonna get you back in here from. Okay, Chapman family writes in LOL. Yeah, Chapman, I was just rubbing the side of my nose there. Side was a little bit itchy. We're gonna get you back in here from. I know I hit something. I didn't mean to hit it. Man. Well, from, we're gonna get you back in here. Chapman family, Road Todd, Steve, Road Todd to your Chapman. Happy to have you in here being a part of the show. I'm gonna try to get From's comment back in here, but I will work on getting that with our producers here to get back to From's comment. Let's see here. GT18 writes in, Nick took it personal because their fans made it personal. They were just scared. They knew what was coming. I mean, that's the big point there, right? LSU's fans, when Saban became the head coach of Alabama, remember, they treated Coach Saban like he was the biggest Judas Benedict Arnold traitor of all time. Like, they made like this thing of Saban and burned it, and LSU fans was just going crazy when that happened. But then, as we all know, Saban had a whole lot of success in his matchups against the Tigers. So it all worked out when you look at Alabama, LSU in this rivalry. It all worked out there for Coach Saban. But tomorrow, it's Kalen DeBoer's moment. Tomorrow, it's Coach KD's time. Tomorrow, we get to see firsthand, can he get a huge win on the road in this type of an environment, right? Can he get the huge win on the road in this environment where you take a serious crowd out of the ball game? You take momentum from Brian Kelly. You take momentum from Garrett Nussmeier. You take momentum from this LSU team that's coming in here with the mindset of they're trying to get in the playoff. And this is despite LSU having some guys that will be out for this game, several guys on both sides of the football. For Alabama, the two guys that are out would be Cole Adams at wide receiver, out for the season, and Keon Sabb, defensive back. However, Yonsei Pierre is back this week. And Yonsei, who was getting extensive playing time before an injury happened to him, he has come back strong. He has returned well. So he's back in terms of the team. Latoya Billingsley writes in, here we go. Bama and LSU were always equally matched talent-wise. A lot of draft stocks went up in those games. Latoya, you're correct. This game has also been a lot in terms of NFL draft stock. I go back to the 2011 Bama LSU game at Bryant-Denny. Y'all know the game of the century. The final score was 9-6. 48 players between both teams got drafted. 48. So this game has also played a critical role in terms of the National Football League. all 32 teams show up for this game because they know we're going to come away with some kind of big time when you look at this football game. And then also the 2019 Bama-LSU game in Bryant-Denny. A lot of NFL talent was on that field between both programs. So this game means a lot in every sense of the word. Let's see. We got my guy. Let's see. We got Rock Righteous Ministry with Roll Tide Roll, Stephen Smith. Appreciate your Rock Righteous Ministry helping us out here on the show. Ryan Gunn writes in, I lost my mind during that game. We should have never lost that game. And I think that was the game of the century. That game, Ryan, that game in 2011 was so eerie because I will stand on this. Michael Williams at tight end caught that ball on the trick play where Marquise Mays threw it to him. And they gave the interception to the LSU defensive back in question. But Michael Williams caught that ball. And to this day, I'm still in my mind looking at the official going, really? Really? Michael Williams has both hands on this football, and you're not going to call it in favor of Alabama? Like, really? Still get frustrated, even years after the fact, about that call. So, yeah, Ryan Gunn confirmed that was the 9-6 game, the game of the century. From writes in. From is back. From is in here. Who do y'all want to return? Who do y'all want on kickoff return and punt return? Well, I got the guy I want from on punt return. That's Jalen Mbakwe. That's who I want. Another guy that you could put out there, maybe Dre Kirkpatrick Jr. or Bubba Hampton. There's a name. Bubba Hampton. I would like to return punts. Or you could put Dre Kirkpatrick Jr. out there. So those would be two guys I would be intrigued by to see return punts. But my main guy, he's already out there doing it, that being Jalen Mbakwe. Now, you also have Ryan Williams out there returning punts, which I can understand for a lot of you Bama fans that go, you don't want to have your main wide receiver out there returning punts because out of fear of what if the guy gets hurt, what if the guy gets injured. You know, a lot of you have visions of Eddie Jackson coming back to mind that makes you cry all over again because of how great Eddie was as a defensive back in the Nick Saban era. But, you know, Bama put Eddie Jackson back there returning punts, and, you know, Eddie was so good at it, and he gets hurt against A&M in the 2016 season. You're like, dog, why do we have to have Eddie back there? And he gets hurt. So it's, I mean, Ryan Gunn, you're correct. It's complicated, right? Because your most experienced guys can be your biggest playmakers doing it, but if they get hurt, you're like, did we really have to put that guy to do it? Yeah. Kendrick Law could be a good one. T-Sav, I agree. Kendrick Law could be a good one. Kendrick Law could be really, really good back there doing it. I would be okay with Kendrick Law. From going back to my Bubba Hampton thought, I would like to see Bubba Hampton back there doing it. From is like, why? So I'll say this from about the why. So for me, normally I would like to see players that are freshmen, that are young, that have not developed a role on the team yet, return punts, just to get them in a role, right? When you already have somebody that's established on either side of the ball, offense or defense, and they go out there and return punts or do kickoffs, there's always that sense of nervousness in the back of your mind. If that player gets hurt, not only do you lose a punt returner, but you also lose a veteran wide receiver or a veteran defensive back or somebody that has leadership at that spot, right? So that's why it kind of makes you nervous when you get a guy that already has experience in a particular role, offensively or defensively, and you have that guy returning punts. I mean, you can't play with fear. I get it. I understand it. But it just always creates a sense of nervousness when you have an older guy, an experienced guy, a veteran guy in a specific role back there returning punts. But anyway, GT18 shares my sentiment on Eddie Jackson. He says that was a tough loss. Eddie was that dude on defense. Yeah, he was. He was. Latoya Billingsley writes in, 2011 game of the century set up for the best defensive game I've ever seen in college football. The rematch in the Natty in 2012, hands down the best defensive performance to date in college football. Those were two awesome defensive games, Latoya, two awesome ones. The 9-6 game of the century was awesome. And then Bama's national championship get back to shut out LSU 21-0 in New Orleans. And you had Courtney Upshaw touch that thing, fool. You know what I'm saying? So, hey, that was incredible. That right there was incredible. From writes in, yes, it's risky, but gotta take risk. You do. You do take risk, and that's why the players love doing it. You got to take risk. You got to. You can't play it safe all the time. You're correct, you can't play it safe all the time. Let's see here. Latoya Billingsley writes back in, best punt return, Drake versus Clemson, 95 yards to the house, came off a huge injury at that. That was the best kickoff return in Bama history. That was the best kickoff return. Kenyon Drake versus Clemson in the national championship game, that was the best one. I agree. Brandon Thomas writes in, I like to see Law returning. I would like to see Kendrick Law back there as well because of what he can do. Diversity, just a versatile weapon. Has so much ability all over the field. And you got to get the ball in his hands more. You got to. You absolutely have to. Let's see here. We got Y'all Warrior. Put Richard Young. Richard Young on special teams? Y'all Warrior? Hey. Now, that's a thought that has yet to cross my mind. Richard Young on I'm sure he could do it. I'm 100% sure he could do it. So, putting Richard Young back there is something to keep your eyes on. Here we go. We got my man Plow Jogger in here, Roll Tide. This is why you come to Bama. Played in the biggest games, on the biggest stages in college football. I'm pumped. This is why you come to Alabama, to play in games like this, to battle LSU, to play in games like this. Tolbert St. OG with that $10 donation. Let's do it. Tolbert St. OG. Love the show, Steve, and enjoy it every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. Keep it up. I would like to see hard hits and interceptions too. I like to see hard hits and interceptions too. So tell the defense to be on their AAA game. Let's do a defense. Appreciate my man St. Tolbert OG helping us out on the show. Crimson CB Tie. I saw people saying Richard Young was slow. On that 62-yard run, he showed some burst there. On that 62-yard run against Missouri, he showed some burst there. Now, if he would have had a bit more of that top-end speed, Richard Young would have scored on that. He didn't have that overdrive speed. Now, if he would have had that overdrive speed, Young would have scored on that. But he showed some burst. He showed some burst in that play. Jarvis S. has got 21-11 in favor of Bama. 21-11 Bama over LSU. Smitty J. He's been active tonight. Writes in, I wonder will God grant us 2 national titles this season for football and basketball. I'll go to church every Sunday of the year to pay God back. Hey, Smitty J, hey, man, you may end up having to go to church every Sunday, bro, because I think football, this team gets hot, they can get it. Basketball, Nate Oates has got a group that can score in anywhere on the court, man. You got big men in the paint now. You got guys that can shoot the three in a very efficient clip. I mean, you got it all out there. So, Smitty J, I'm just saying, you might need to be in the house of prayer every Sunday. Collection plate, Smitty. You might end up having to be there, man. I'm just saying. Jay Walker writes in, Dre Jr. as a returner. Dre Jr. can return punts now. He did it at Gaston City High School. Dre Jr. can return punts. I'm pretty sure Big Dre, his papa, did it when he was in high school. Big Dre, he was on special teams at Alabama under Nick Saban. Yes, he was. Dre Jr. can return punts. Put Dre Jr. back there and watch what happened. That boy can return punts. Let's see here. We got from. Remember when the Tide wasn't on TV as much back then? All we had was radio. True. Hey, that's all you had, man. I used to listen to Bama on Jefferson Pilot Sports, man. Damn, that's how it was, though. You didn't have them on TV. You had them on radio. You could get them with Eli Gold. You could also get them playing on Jefferson Pilot Sports Radio. That's what I did. That's exactly what I would do. From right here, when was the last time y'all listened to a Tide football game on the radio? The last time I listened to the Tide football game from on the radio, it was during COVID. 2020 season. It was during COVID. There was a game. It was the Missouri game, actually. I caught the Missouri game on the radio. So that right there during COVID. So GT18, watching Bama basketball right now, tied up 24-13. So tied up 24-13. Bama men's basketball on right now. Plow Jogger. Bama has more talent on this team. Bama has more talent than last year on the men's basketball team. Roll Tide. I'm telling you, Bama's basketball team last year had talent and got to the Final Four. This year's team is even more gifted in terms of handling the basketball. I'm excited for Nate Oates here and this year's group. Ryan Gunn, we used to turn the TV sound off and listen to Eli calling on the radio. So that became a point where a lot of you guys got tired of Gary Danielson, man. A lot of y'all got tired of Gary Danielson. So y'all used to turn Gary off and have Eli go in the background. Hey, Bama Nation. GT18, Steven, Jefferson Pilot, the three Daves. I was right there with you. Hey, man, Dave Pash, Dave Neal, GT. Who was the third Dave? I know it was Dave Pash, it was Dave Neal, and there was one more Dave from Jefferson Pilot. They called him Buzz. He would be on the sideline. It was Dave Pash, Dave Neal, and I forget the third Dave. Dave Rowe. There you go. Dave Rowe. Appreciate you, GT. Dave Rowe. I knew the third Dave was the one I would always forget. I knew Dave Pash and I knew Dave Neal. The third Dave was the one that would always kind of slip me a little bit. But there you go, Dave Rowe. There you go. Let's see here. Plow Jogger writes in, I listened to Bama on radio all the time as a kid, living and dying on each play. The Iron Bowl was tense. The Iron Bowl, Plow Jogger, was very intense hearing that on the radio, man. Because you're like, oh gosh, what's about to happen now? From writes in, the legendary Keith Jackson calling Bama games. Classic. Keith was that dude. Keith Jackson, to be honest, he's one of the reasons why I got into broadcasting. Keith Jackson, man. One of the reasons why I got into it. Keith Jackson, that dude. We got We got Faith Thomas writing in here from California to TDA. I need a Bapticologist minute, y'all. Pray for me. I got one this week. The family tussle. My dad's from Louisiana. My godmother is from Alabama. I'm from California. Well, we got you, Faith Thomas. We got you. We got you loud and clear. We got you loud and clear. Appreciate Faith riding into the show. Plow Jogger writes in, I used to post on a live Bama stream and would always start off with "Shut up, Gary" when Danielson called for game. I mean, look. Gary was man, Gary. Faith writes back in, Baptist, Kojic, Apostolic. Okay, that's what you meant, Faith. Baptist, Kojic, Apostolic. So a Baptist Kojic moment. So you got so the Baptist Kojic moment, Faith, was you said you've got your dad's from Louisiana, your godmom is from Alabama, and you're from California. So Faith. So Faith, it's gonna be you and your dad at odds here in terms of this Alabama LSU game. So I'm gonna be praying, Faith, for you to be able to deal with Pops in terms of this Alabama LSU game. This is gonna be something. Yes, Riding Gun Wondale was the man, Keith Jackson. Yes, we got GT18. Danielson was that annoying uncle watching the game, always rooting against your team that everybody wanted to punch. Look, man, Gary, at times, it just appeared like he physically wanted Alabama to lose every game. Gary, it just felt like he physically wanted Alabama to lose every football game. Now, Vern Lundquist, I love Vern. Vern was great. My only issue with Uncle Vern would mispronounce names. Like he would call Marquise Mays. I'm like, Vern. And then one time he called Derrick Henry, Derrick Harvey. I'm like, Vern. That would be my only gripe with Uncle Vern. That was my only gripe. I liked Vern. Even, Brad Nessler. Brad Nessler was he was okay. He was pretty good. But Gary, it just always seemed like Gary called a football game. If Alabama was doing something, he would just sound just normal. But when the opposition started doing something, Gary would get hyped. And I'm like, really? Crazy. Smitty J writes in, Steve, what high school did you attend? I went to Francis Marion High School, which is in Perry County, Marion, Alabama, which is an hour southeast of Tuscaloosa. So that's where I went to. Francis Marion High School, Perry County in Marion, Alabama. DP! Don Parker's in here! Let's go! Good evening, everyone on Roll Tide. Roll Tide to you, Don. Faith writes in, I am the bloodline that succeeds me, the promise that produced me, and the images that processes that graced me. Amen to that, Faith. Amen to that. Absolutely. Ron Gunn, Highway 5 represent. That's Marion, baby. Highway 5, boy. That's Perry County. That's Marion, Alabama. Hey, Ron, you know. Highway 5, bro. You know. Hey, representing. Let's see. GT18. Man, Vern called Tuscaloosa Fayetteville on the kickoff once. I said, dude, you got to retire. Yeah. Yeah, Vern kind of did that. Yeah, Vern kind of did that. My girl Naomi is in here. Let's win this game so we can make it to the playoff. Just make it to the playoff. Just no bad pass. Run the ball. Crush. And let's who? Naomi's in here. Let's do it. Let's do it. Appreciate all of you guys being a part of the show. Latoya Billingsley, I'm from Marion. Wow, small world. When did you graduate? I've been listening to you since 2015, I think. Okay. I graduated from Francis 2011. May 17th of 2011. So when I graduated Francis Marion High School, May 17th of 2011. Yeah. You got great people. You got great people from Marion, Latoya. A lot of great people. I'm just thankful I'm one of them. But you got Bama, you got LSU tomorrow at Tiger Stadium in Baton Rouge. Going to be a great matchup. Bama, got to bring it. Got to bring it this weekend. And got to have those violent intentions this weekend. As always, Bama fans, you want the best in news, notes, information, and coverage, entertainment on your favorite program, that being the Crimson Tide. You can get this by accessing the Touchdown Alabama magazine app. You download the app from the iPhone App Store if you're rocking Team Apple, Google Play Store. If you got the Android phone, for your audio needs, check us out, iTunes or Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Stitcher, Spreaker, TuneIn Radio, Overcast.fm, iHeartRadio, Google Play. We got you covered right there. If the good and gracious Lord sees fit, I'll be back Monday, continuing the conversation that is Tide football. Remember, Bama fans, if you haven't done so, you subscribe to touchdownalabama.com. Do it right now. Don't let the moment pass you by. Subscribe to touchdownalabama.com, where you can have all Bama football in the palm of your hands there. Got to appreciate all of you for donating in, chatting in the YouTube chat line, making this your spot, your space, your show for all things Crimson Tide. Enjoy the game this weekend. Have fun in the game this weekend. Till next time, folks, I'm your man, Stephen M. Smith. I'll see you guys Monday. It's been in my own words.